All right, you guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I am gonna start with my hair, and this is probably gonna be the toughest part for me. Not that I've never laid a wig before. I've put plenty on, but I haven't really done it in a way that I feel confident about. But I'm hoping today I can get my stuff together and actually lay this wig fairly nicely. I have worn it before. I don't really have like the specifics on this wig. All I know is that I got it off Amazon a while back and I have worn it a couple of times. I even put some blonde pieces in here. I do need to add more. I didn't have enough powder at the time and we were on quarantine, so I just used what I had. Kind of made it work a little bit, but I do want to add some more blonde to this wig, so in time I will do so. But today I'm gonna put it on my head and see how this goes. I really want to do more than the typical glam transformation. So we're gonna be doing the hair, the makeup, and we're also gonna be putting on an outfit, obviously, to complete the look. And I will show you guys that as well. But for this hair part, I think I'm just going to let the music play and just let you guys watch, because again, I'm not a professional. So I don't even know if what I'm going to be doing is gonna be necessarily correct, if that makes sense. But I hope you guys enjoy it either way. So we're gonna get started with the hair because, like I said, it's probably gonna take the longest.
Don't get it twisted. You was just another nigga on the hit list. Tryna fix it in the issues with a bad bitch. You was just another nigga on the hit list. Nigga on the hit list. Twisted. You was just another nigga on the hit list. Tryna fix it in the issues with a bad bitch. You was just another nigga on the hit list. Nigga on the hit list. You was just another nigga on the hit list. Tryna fix it in the issues with a bad bitch. You was just another nigga on the hit list. Nigga on the hit list. Twisted. You was just another nigga on the hit list. Tryna fix it in the issues with a bad bitch. You was just another nigga on the hit list. But baby, who you? But baby, who you? But baby, who you?
All right, you guys, so we are pretty much done with the hair for now. We're gonna move on to makeup, but before we do that, let me just say, please don't judge me in the comments and come for me about the way I put on this wig. Honestly, I went back and took off the stocking cap and just kind of laid it down like that because I wasn't really feeling the way it was looking with the stocking cap underneath. But I think I did a pretty decent job. It's not perfect, of course. There's still some tweaking and stuff I have to do, but I don't want to waste too much time on the hair. So we're just gonna gladly move on, and then I'll fix whatever I need to fix after the fact. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this on and we can get started with the makeup, which is what I'm really excited for. But I feel like this is gonna come out okay, you know? The end result will be worth it. Believe me, I wanted to just like give up on this whole wig idea and just do something with my normal hair, but I'm pushing through it because I have hope that it'll all work out. So just gonna stick this on here, and I'll probably just use this clip just to make sure the hair kind of stays out my way. And yeah, we will finesse it. So I'm gonna start with my brows. Normally I would do this off camera, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do it on camera for you guys. It's really not much to my brows these days. So I'm just gonna start by brushing them upwards, and then I'll go in with a pencil and kind of fill them in. I really like the bushy kind of eyebrow look these days. That's how I like my brows. They're pretty full for the most part. So I'm just gonna take this. This is the Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit. I really, really love this pencil. So I like to start just by drawing a line underneath my brows and just kind of lining them. So something like that. And then I'll do the top. I don't go too far in to the inner part of my eyebrow just because I'm going to do upward strokes in that area. So I don't necessarily need like a line there. But I'm just pretty much shaping my brow. And I'm definitely not the person to do my eyebrows in like a regular mirror. I need a mirror I can like look at, like see them things. I just feel like they turn out better this way. And I could be a lot more precise. So these are what my brows are pretty much looking like. I am going to use a little bit of the NARS Soft Matte Concealer. And I've definitely hit pan on this, but I do have a lot of product on the outer perimeter. So I'm just gonna use this to prime my lids to prepare it for shadow and clean up underneath the brow just a little bit. You guys know this is like my holy grail concealer to use for this step. I just like the way it mutes out my eyelids and just makes everything look the same. And it gives it a nice canvas for the shadows to stick to. So that's also great as well. So for today's eyeshadow, I want to do something like bronzy, of course. But I am going to go ahead and use the Tati palette. I have not touched this palette in God knows how long, let alone do like a full face of makeup. So this was the first palette in my drawer that kind of caught my attention. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this. I'm going to take a little bit of Soothe right here on this fluffy brush, and I'm just going to blend this in my crease and my outer corner. You guys, it's so weird to finally be putting on makeup, but it feels so good at the same time. Don't know how this is going to turn out though, just because I feel like I'm a little out of practice, but we'll make it work. With a smaller blending brush, I'm going to now take Ritual, which is the dark brown shade in the palette, swirl my brush in there, and I'm going to place this on the outer V area. So I want to place the shadow on both lids first, and then I will work on blending them. So I'm going to take that big fluffy brush we were using in the beginning and then use this to blend this out. Just by the way I am blending right now, you can definitely tell I'm out of practice. So I'm just taking a little bit more of the deep brown shade we just grabbed and layering that on top because I really want to intensify this. I do feel like taking a little bit of Soothe on this bigger brush and then blending that darker color is really helping it blend better. Now taking the metallic shade of Story, first just dry, I'm going to place this on the inner part of my lid, just packing it on there. And if I feel like I need a little bit of Fix Plus, then I can just always spray my brush down to get probably more of like an even better like metallic finish. But the pigmentation on this shade is very, very pretty without even having to spray the brush down. Taking that same brush, I'm gonna grab a little bit of Soothes metallic shade, which is this one right here. This is a little bit more golden. And I'm also gonna spray my brush just a little bit and then place this kind of like in the center right here. It might not seem like much on camera, but when I step into the sunlight, this is just gonna gleam and glisten so beautifully. So that's why I want to add this, especially for like an outdoor photo. It'll look really, really good. Then with a smaller brush, a tad bit smaller, maybe we'll try to use this. We're gonna go back into Ritual, which was the dark brown shade, and kind of bring that middle shimmer shade and the dark brown one together so it kind of blends a little bit more seamlessly. So that's it for now for the eyes. Now I'm just going to curl my lashes really quickly, coat them with a nice coat of mascara, and then we can move on to the base makeup. I'm not going to put my false lashes on just yet. I'm going to wait until I finish my powdering of my face, because I don't want to get loose powder in my lashes. So curl them. And then for mascara, I'm just going to use the Fenty Beauty mascara. I've been loving this. Okay. Just give them a nice little coat. So of course we're going to start with priming our skin. I'm going to use the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer first. And I'm just going to put this in my T-zone area, of course, where all my lovely pores live. So I'm just going to put a generous amount of this right here. And this is probably the only place I will put this. Now that that's done, I'm going to take my Milk Hydro Grip Primer and I'm going to put this everywhere else. And I will also put a little bit in that same like general area where I just applied the Tatcha. This just really helps to stick your makeup down, and it really does help with the longevity of your makeup. It's literally like glue for your face. It's awesome. And if you find that the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer is too expensive for you, Elf has one that's like a dupe for it, so you can definitely get that as well. This one is a little bit more tackier than the Elf one, but they generally work the same and give you the same benefit. Now for the fun part, which is our foundation, I am going to use a full coverage foundation because this is a full glam transformation and I haven't put makeup on in a while. So we're going to use the Huda Beauty one. And I just did my little concoction with the Huda Beauty and a little bit of the NARS. This is the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in Vanna 2. And the Huda Beauty is in Baklava, which I should have known, but there you go. So just gonna put this on. I was in the sun yesterday, so if it is a little light for me, we will make it work with bronzer. I'm not gonna put too much on my forehead just because of the lace and all that. So I just want to make sure that I can blend it out, you know, nicely. So this is just the Juno and Co sponge, and I am using my favorite one, of course. This does seem a little light for my skin right now, but like I said, we will make this work with a little bit of bronzer. It'll be all right. And then the concealer, it'll work out. I am going to take a little bit of this Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. This spray to me also helps with the longevity of my foundation and everything, so I really like to spray that throughout my routine, maybe like 2 or 3 times as I'm doing my makeup. Now for concealer, I'm going to go ahead and use the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. This is just the regular one. I really love this concealer, especially for full coverage. So I'm just going to put a little bit here and a little bit here. Maybe like a dot right there. And then do the same thing to this side. And then any remaining concealer, after I blend that out underneath my eyes, I'll just drag onto the middle portion of my face. That way I'm not using too much product. Even though I want it to be full coverage doesn't necessarily mean you need to pile on a whole bunch of product. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to spray my sponge down a little bit with this hyaluronic spray. Tap it out, and then we can tap out the concealer. This is my favorite concealer to use at the moment for like high coverage concealers. The Hourglass is also very high coverage in my opinion, but if you guys remember, I got that concealer in a shade like way too light to where I can make it work, but the fact that I had a little bit of sun exposure and got a slight little tan, I didn't want to take the risk of using that because I don't want to look ghostly underneath my eyes or anything. To set the under eyes, I'm going to take my Fenty powder. This is in Butter. And I'm just going to use a small amount of this to set underneath my eyes and also my T-zone area where I applied all of that concealer. and I'm just gonna lightly set. I almost forgot I wanted to cream contour, so I'm still gonna do it even though we put a little bit of powder down. I'm just gonna take my sponge as normal and contour. To me, a full glam look definitely includes cream contour of some sort. So I'm gonna make sure I lay this down. And also this also helps because, like I said, the foundation was slightly light. So this just helps balance everything out and my face will look, you know, fine, even though I used a foundation that wasn't my exact shade. So you see how everything just basically comes together as one and it just looks so much nicer. Something about cream contour for me personally, it just really snatches up the face and puts everything into perspective. There's always like an ugly stage of makeup. This is where things start to come together a little bit better for me. So now I'm gonna grab my bronzer, and this is the MAC Give Me Sun bronzer, and I'm gonna use this brush. Love this bronzer, especially for like summer. And I'm going to bronze up my face. Honestly, I love this powder year round, but you guys get me. This is definitely a cult favorite with good reason. So I'm just re-intensifying that cream product we put underneath and also setting it at the same time by adding this. So before I finish off the face with a little bit of highlight and blush, I do want to put my lashes on. I'm going to be putting these ones. These ones are the Unscripted Beauty in the style Level Up. So I'm just going to pop these on my eye really quickly. As you guys can see, I've used these multiple times, but they're still in good condition. So I'm going to pop those on really quickly off camera. Then we can come back and finish up the base makeup and then figure out what we're going to wear. All right, you guys, so my lashes are on and I did take the little headband thing off and just put these clips there. As I said before, I am gonna have to like tweak this a little bit, but I'm pretty impressed for what I did because honestly, I'm not a professional when it comes to laying a wig or a lace wig or any wig for that matter. Hair is not really my expertise, but I do want to learn. So this is a learning curve for me and I think it looks pretty decent overall. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of blush. I am going to use the ABH Blush Trio. Just because I haven't used it in a while. I did do my bottom lash line. I just took the two brown shades that we used at the top and smoked them out at the bottom. I didn't think you guys wanted or needed to see that just because it's self-explanatory and it's repetitive for me because that's what I always do. So I'm just going to go into this blush palette and just add a little bit of blush. Then for highlighter, I'm just going to use the Sephora palette and I'm going to use the golden tone shade right here. You guys know I love using this as a highlighter, even though technically it's supposed to be like a blush, but honestly to me, it's the perfect, most seamless highlight. So I'm going to apply this and then I'm going to go in with a generous amount of setting spray just to set everything down. So for setting spray, I am going to just go ahead and use the Hangover 3-in-1. This is the peach extract. And then as always, I'll use my fan and my sponge just to dry and tap the product into my skin and just really melt any powder that's like left on my face. So normally we would move into the lip right about now, but since I don't know what I'm gonna put on, I'm gonna wait until I get dressed and then pick out a lip. So all of that will be done off camera, as well as me tweaking my lace and all of that if I do decide to even do that. I am pretty impressed with what I have. Honestly, I think it looks pretty darn good. For little old me to have done this, like this is progress for me. Believe me, it is progress. I'm not the best at laying wigs, laces, or anything. It's not my forte. My sister probably would do a better job, but I'm very, very impressed and I'm proud of myself and I'm happy with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will definitely be taking a couple of pictures today for the gram. So definitely make sure you follow me on there. And yeah, I love you guys so much. I had so much fun with this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. All right, you guys, so this here is the end result of everything put together, from the hair to the makeup to the outfit. to the shoes. The only thing not done is our nails, of course, but don't worry, I got an upcoming appointment for that. But nonetheless, this is the outfit. These shades right here are from, I don't even know where, to be honest. I've had them for a couple of years. It's just some clear frames with some gold framing on the outside. And of course, I feel like gold goes perfect with green. So I have these on. I always have this gold necklace on. It is real, by the way. And then I also have this bodysuit. This white bodysuit is from Target. And I'm not sure if they still have more, but there's this one, and they also have another one that's similar, but it's spaghetti strap. That's this. The bottoms are from Forever 21. I got these before lockdown, so I don't know if they'll have them anymore. I did kind of like roll it down a little bit just so it gives me a better fit, but you can choose to unroll it. But this is a size small, and I did scrunch them up a little bit, and then on my feet I just have my white Vans. So this is the outfit, and now I'm gonna take a couple of pictures for Instagram. So stay tuned for that, because I'll give you guys kind of like a behind the scenes sneak peek.
Don't get it twisted. You was just another nigga on the hit list. Tryna fix any issues with a bad bitch. You was just another nigga on the hit list. Nigga on the hit list. Twisted. You was just another nigga on the hit list. Tryna fix any issues with a bad bitch. You was just another nigga on the